This episode of World of Toys was actually designed as a video episode, but we had some glitches with that, so we're going to release just the audio for now. So if you hear us referring to anything you can see on camera, obviously you can't see that, but I want to release the episode anyway, so here you go.
Comic Geek Speak presents World of Toys, Episode 26, Voltron, Legendary Defender Toy Review.
And welcome to the show. I'm Brian Chrisman.
I'm Shane Kelly.
And yeah, we haven't done one of these in a while, Shane. This is our... Oh, hello there. This is going to be just us talking about some toys we recently got sent to us from the fine folks at Playmate Toys.
I just saw them start being shelved in different stores.
Yeah. We recorded this actually just Groundhog Day of
Groundhog
2017.
Day!
6 more weeks of winter, though.
That's okay.
Really?
Yeah, I don't mind winter.
No,
I mean,
I don't.
We haven't really had a bad winter here to begin with. It's been kind of
so
mild,
far, yeah.
But yeah, and I just listened to the movie today at work, so I'm good. I love that movie.
Anyway, yes, a big thank you to Playmates Toys.
Absolutely.
They sent us a couple of toys from the new Voltron line. From I guess it's the DreamWorks show on Netflix, the animated show.
It looks spectacular. I started watching it. They're up to season 2 on it now. The animation's out of this world. I watched the old Voltron from back in the 80s. There were 2 different series, and I don't know all of my classic Voltron history, like some things that I know, like Mask and different things. But
okay.
There was the Lion show, and then there was the cars, and the cars would form together to make Voltron. There was 30 different cars that would come together from the legs, and there were 5 or 6 lions. What is it? 2, 4, 5 lions that come together to make the 2 legs, the 2 arms, and the body and the head. And I loved it as a show. It was, again, one of those things, just like Mask kind of was a combination of Transformers and G.I. Joe. This was something similar to that for me, where it combined different machines. In my favorite case, the Lions. I liked it better than the Cars one. So I'm glad that they started with the Lions on the new show.
Okay.
And they would come together to make the big robot in a very manga, Japanese animation kind of big robot battle way. The bad guys always would send huge monsters in coffins. Oh my God, what were they called? I totally blanked on what they were called. Just these big, bad, goofy, ugly monster things to fight the Voltron robot. And it was always Voltron, Defender of the Universe.
Okay.
Was what the old show really was called.
Yeah, this is now Voltron Legendary Defender.
And I don't know if it's legendary or legendary. Yeah. But it's really good. It's a lot of fun. I always liked Voltron. I had some of the old toys, which I kind of think Playmates had the license to back then.
Oh, wow.
I had the Yellow Lion, which came with a Hunk figure. That was the guy's name. There was Keith, Lance, Hunk, Pidge, the Princess, and there was kind of a mentor guy that kind of watched over them. I don't remember his name. But yeah, I always enjoyed the show. It was very much in my wheelhouse of cartoons to watch, along with the G.I. Joe, Transformers in the afternoon, Mask was in the afternoon, Voltron was in the afternoon, after school kind of stuff. I don't remember how many of them overlapped to be viewed at the same time. But yeah, I went right from all of those that I mentioned right into Voltron as well. It was a lot of fun to watch. I enjoyed the property a lot.
No, I never got into Voltron, never watched Transformers, Masks. I was never into any of that stuff. And I know
the whole period.
Yeah, I know. And working at a toy store, I see all these toys either come back as retro toys or like new lines. And the Playmates is with the Voltron there's a couple of things we've already had in the store for about a month or so. Yeah. And now this is the rest of their line. So I'm sorry, you had something else?
Well, and I'm thinking, is this the first toy line that's come out since a show is exclusive on a service, like a Netflix?
Dino Trucks, I think, was another series that had some toys from Netflix come out. And there might have been one, but I know Dino, because I see those at the store, the Dino Trucks. But yeah, because Netflix is just obviously taken off with their own original content. Yeah. And now having toys based on their programs, it's a big thing.
It's fantastic. Yeah. I was so happy that they were bringing it back. That some of these things, again, for me, it's being able to go down the aisle of a toy store and seeing Transformers, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Voltron, Turtles, Batman, Marvel stuff. It's all stuff that I would play with when I was a kid. It's all stuff that I saw and bought way back then. So it's just great to see these properties have longevity, even if they're just coming back like Voltron is in a more recent fashion versus Star Wars, which has been around really since the mid-'90s with their resurgence. But yeah, it's exciting to see this kind of stuff and to see different things happen with it because Voltron had a couple comic books out throughout the years.
I think that's a comic book based on this series is out as well.
Yeah. I don't know that they ever took off and sustained themselves for years on end, but there were certainly series about them as time went on. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to see something come back into the stores and be successful on Netflix because I know they just released season 2 not long ago.
Now, do your kids get any of the toys that you were into when you were a kid?
They did. They did with Star Wars a little bit, not in the same scale. I always liked the 3 3/4 inch figures because that's what the bulk of Star Wars toys were back in the 70s and early 80s. They got more into the Play School Star Wars figures.
Oh, okay.
That were very much like the Imaginext Batman figures. That's the two bigger wheelhouses they played with as far as actual toys to play with. And then, of course, Legos beyond belief. But,
right.
But yeah, for action figures and stuff, it was those two things and some of the Turtles, too.
Okay.
Ben had a set of 4 young kid Turtles because they came in a 4-pack, so they were easy to get all 4 at once, or 2 2-packs. They were easy to get all at one shot. They never got into the action figures like what I did. Matt never got into toys like I did. He stayed more with sports, but he did, again, played with the Play School Star Wars and the Imaginext Batman stuff. And Ben played with a little bit of G.I. Joe stuff, a little bit of 3 3/4 Star Wars stuff, but more the Imaginext and the Play School. I always want to say preschool because the Imaginext and the Play School Star Wars stuff really is preschool
toys. Right.
But yeah, they never got into the Star Wars 3 3/4 inch stuff because I would buy some for them. But I think part of that is with the Star Wars line in particular, they're very gimmicky or they're made to pose. They're not really made to be played with. And if you do play with them, they would break them unintentionally. It wasn't like they were bashing them around, but they were spring-loaded. There was gimmicks to them because that was all the Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith toys that were coming out. So I was happy to get them, the Imaginext and the Play School stuff, because those two companies' products were extremely durable. I mean, you could play with them like I used to play with Kenner Star Wars figures and not worry about them breaking or losing something just because of how they're made. So yeah, they did get into it a little bit, not as much as I did growing up, but yeah, they were into it and into the same properties, not through anything other than me just having them on TV or watching them as they were on, whether it be the Turtles cartoon or putting a Star Wars movie in or something. It was never like I forced them, hey, because I like this, you've got to like this, because why wouldn't you like this? It's not like that. They like what they like, and sometimes it crosses with stuff I've liked.
Very good.
But they're always interested. We always go down a toy aisle. They always talk about Star Wars toys. They always look at some of the old stuff I have in my comic room. Yeah, we do talk about it, and they do see it. But they just never got into the collecting part of it like I did as a kid.
Well, everything old is new again to somebody.
Yeah,
I guess,
yeah.
With the Voltron toys.
And it's heartwarming for me to see all this stuff back in the stores. I love it. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
All right, well, let's go a little bit of review on the line here. This is the Voltron Legendary Defender line. It's in most major retail stores, I think, right now, brick and mortar stores, plus you can find them online. So this is like a review of the line. The highly detailed and articulated basic action figure assortment, which is what we have here, includes all the heroes and villains of Voltron, and each figure comes equipped with incredibly fun action figures. So I think most of these two toys we have here, I think suggested retail is like $9.99 for that. So we have the blue line, and we have which attack Voltron, the Sword Attack Voltron. So we're going to crack those open pretty soon and see how they are. Now they also have the legendary line assortment, which includes all 5 lines that you mentioned can combine to unlock unique phrases and sounds from the show and form a 16-inch articulated Voltron figure. They have the 14-inch Ultimate Voltron figure, which features electronic lights, sounds, incredible detail, articulation, and more. And they also have then a role-play assortment, which includes, of course, Voltron and Red Lion masks and swords, as well as an electronic transforming version of Voltron's sword.
Nice. I saw the masks, the sword, and some of these figures that we have behind us in the stores already. I haven't seen the bigger ones yet. I always liked Voltron. What I had, again, I only had the yellow lion back in the day. Some of them were hard to find, at least for me when I was getting toys. I do believe that those old sets would move to combine to make Voltron out of those lion specific, and each one, I don't remember if the figures came with the lion. I think they did, but it was like a little, almost like a masked kind of figure, a smaller scale that would slide into the lion itself. Yeah, just a great assortment of vehicles and things to play with. You can have a lot of fun battling the bad guys, monsters, with the Voltron Force is what I think they're still called in the cartoon. Yeah, and they had storylines. Like it went through. It was very much to me like a Star Blazers, where there was an overlying story to it. There were bad guys that you battled every week, or Thundercats. I forgot about Thundercats. They were around that same time too, as Voltron was on. So yeah, it was not just a one and done cartoon like so many cartoons are. There were stories and things. One character in the show left, and the princess took his place in the Lion Force kind of thing. And sometimes that guy came back. It was fun. It was neat.
All right,
not just little one-off stories. They had a purpose.
And of course, it's all about the merchandising.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's crack these open here, Shane. Which one do you want to do first here?
I want to do the Lion.
Well, now, okay, I had that on the little table there for a reason, but we can look.
Oh, do it that way?
Well, whatever. If you can do it that way.
Do that way.
That way you can see it in front of the camera. All right, so this is the blue lion, the guardian spirit of the water. It looks like there's also of course, red lion, black lion, green lion, and the yellow lion. And again, Playmates Toys recommend for ages 4 and up. Look at you being all very careful.
I am. I'm very, very weird when I open stuff that I don't want to just wreck the packaging.
Oh, right.
Because for a while, I would keep the packaging for everything that I would open up.
And this shows all of the various other figures in the line. Of course, when you combine them with the...
There it is.
And there's a 16-inch Voltron formed. All right. A lot of the toys I see today are almost like adult-proof, and sometimes you can't even. It takes a PhD to open these up. Whether they have
these aren't bad at all. Just with 3 twist ties to hold it all in place.
All right.
I used to get frustrated with the ones where you had to not only twist ties but then cut plastic rubber bands almost to get them open.
And here's the back of the figure here. On the back of the packaging. Now this has a button-activated jump attack. Are you done yet there, Shane?
Yippers.
All right. Put him right down there and play with him.
Oh. Get off the paw. Ooh, they're rubber. That's a good idea. It definitely feels, let's see.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. You set it down. It's in position.
Oh!
That's great. I like that the on the old Voltron figures, everything was a harder plastic.
Okay.
And because of the way, I guess, safety features are today, there's a lot of stuff that's just made, especially things that would be sharp, with a softer plastic, a malleable plastic, if you will.
Okay. Maybe try and get him a little closer up here. Boom, boom.
So that
hello there.
You don't break it as easy, you don't scratch it as easy, it won't cut anybody.
Now, I'm just wondering how it connects, how they're going to connect.
Well, I don't think this one specifically is made to connect, because in the other toys or lines, some of the joints here would be movable.
Oh, that's
so
right.
You could
These figures. That's right. I'm sorry. These figures do not combine.
Right.
That's correct. I'm talking. It's the other line.
These are more just for the action playing before.
Right.
They
The
would
legendary.
combine.
I'm sorry. That's right. The legendary line assortment will combine, but this is not. Oh wow.
That's cool.
Does he have a name besides the blue lion that you know of?
I'm sorry?
Does he have a name besides the blue lion?
No, I think he's always just referred to as the blue lion.
Line. Okay. All right. Well, crack open there if you will. The sword attack will I do a little. That's so cool.
This one says...
Oh, yeah, and the mouth opens and closes. Arr, 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 arr. Yeah, this is the sword attack Voltron. I guess when you Put his legs together. He's ah! Oh, no.
He fell.
I'm sorry. It's a small table here.
Oh, see now this one that's got
A zip tie.
zip ties,
All right. Well, we have
an X-Acto knife.
a knife here if you
that
need
one
it,
came
sir.
right apart.
And I can try to do it right here in front of the camera. Don't cut yourself.
I was just
We
thinking
don't
that.
have a nurse on staff.
There is no nurse on staff.
No.
Blood gushing is not for ratings.
You need help there. Can I
Yeah.
help you out there?
Only because our
Hello there.
X-Acto knife doesn't lock in place.
It's a safety knife for your safety, sir.
Is that why it doesn't lock
That's
in place?
why. You know what? We're going to pause here while we open up the box here, boys and girls.
Please do. All right.
Yeah, we're back after a good 5 minutes to get them out of the packaging.
which isn't bad. I mean, I'd rather have it packaged well so it doesn't fall apart in the
Right.
store or something.
So
because
kids, get your parents to open the packages for you.
this packaging was completely open
Yes.
so that you could
As you
try,
can see.
as it was inside, there's a little sticker
There's
on
a
the
try me, yeah.
side here. There's a try me. So you could be able to do that to see the sword slashing action
Yep.
on it, which is fine. It comes with the shield. That's a separate piece. There's a little hole in the green lion to be able to put that in there like you're going to defend. His elbows are articulated here and not on the action arm. Maybe? There's a little movement there. The legs, this one can move so that you could, have them walking, running.
Okay.
They squeeze together to get the blade to attack or defend. And you can bring the green lion up and move his arm around. I don't think it pivots. Yes, it does pivot. So you could have the shield in front a little bit or move it to the side. Not bad. A good, easy way to have the whole Voltron figure without having to get all the lines or the more expensive, bigger version, which, again, is also fine. I mean, I like the bigger versions, but this is great for a kid, a younger, smaller kid to play with, to be able to battle. Because I think one of the creatures on the back is the bad guy, a Zorg. I think, no, that's Power Rangers. I don't even know what his name is. Myzax.
Myzax. Myzax.
But it looks like they're the same size, so you could have them battle and still be in a relative good position to do that without having bigger, clunkier things. The bigger, clunkier, I don't want to say clunkier, the bigger machines, the bigger Voltrons would be fun for just playing with Voltron himself, not attacking another monster.
Right.
But yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Hi there. I'm your right leg, all grown up.
Does his mouth move?
Yes,
yeah,
it does. Oh, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So you could have him roar. That's great.
Whee.
Oh, his head moves
he's,
too?
he's fall down again. Could you get the blue lion again? I'm so sorry.
Do-do.
Gotta get a bigger table for the next time.
Do-do.
Oh, you got him! You got it.
Nice.
It's like flipping over a water bottle with
Don't
the water.
say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
See,
cool.
you can do it once, and now you can't do it again.
oh.
Oh, you see now we only have so much tape on the cameras
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
Shane.
That's cool. And
This is how
you know,
you
they smell good.
Fresh out of the packaging?
Yeah, fresh out of the package. Good old fashioned action figure smell. Never a bad thing.
All right. All right. Well, yeah, those are the
That's cool.
Voltron figures again from Playmates. Check them out. Like I said, I think about $9.99. You'll find them in most stores and online.
And all things being equal, that's not all that bad. That's pretty reasonable compared to what action figures cost these days. You know, you look at the Hasbro Marvel stuff or the Mattel DC stuff. Some of those for this kind of size are pushing $20 in a lot of ways. They're more collector figures. I get that on the packages. It says for adults and collectability, and that there's nothing wrong with that. I did that for many years myself for the bigger 6-scale inch figures of DC and Marvel characters. But yeah, this is a lot of fun for playability for kids to actually be able to play with the toys and not just look at collecting them or keeping them on the wall like I think so many things are these days.
But you know, they're going to try to combine the lines.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It says right there in the package, these ones do not combine.
Yeah.
They'll try and combine them somehow.
Sure. Why not?
That's what kids do, right?
Yeah. That's a lot of fun. That's great.
Yeah, so once again, a big thank you to Playmates
Very
Toys
much, thank
for
you.
sending these toys our way to review them. And actually, we're going to actually give these toys away to one listener, both together. You must be in the United States, however, to get the toys. All you have to do, send an email to cgstoys@gmail.com. You have the entire month of February 2017 to get your entries in.
Nice.
We'll have a drawing in March, and we'll mail them away to one lucky listener. Again, must please be in the United States only. Even Alaska and Hawaii, that's fine.
They're not mint in package.
That's right. If you want, we'll even send you the packaging.
Which we can. I mean, I've done that. I've kept packaging for things.
But just spread the love of the toys, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like you said, a big thanks to Playmates for sending them out.
Yes.
Always happy to look at toys.
Yeah.
And Voltron's a great property. If you're not, you should be watching the Netflix series. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to bring up toy later while we're here? Because we don't really do a toy episode very often.
No, it's been a while. We didn't even do a Christmas episode this year.
No, we didn't. And actually, I think 2 weeks from now is Toy Fair in New York.
Oh, yeah, right. There was one overseas already. I was seeing some Lego pictures of different things coming out down the pike. Something that I got that I never expected to get because of really the cost of it. For Christmas, we got a Lego Dimension set. They were on great discounts before Christmas.
They sure were.
I think it was $30 is what I paid for my starter set. And I had bought the Doctor Who level pack when it first came out, just because it was Doctor Who, and it
had the TARDIS with it. It had the 12th Doctor
and a Dalek.
And a Dalek, yes, correct.
And that was fun just to put together and have sitting on the shelf. But now that we have the game, it is a lot of fun to put them on the pad, and you hear Peter Capaldi's voice, and you hear Clara's. Gosh, what's the actress's name?
Jenna Coleman.
Jenna Coleman's voice on the game itself. I have Midway, which is a lot of fun. I was playing Spy Hunter like mad. That's the entire purpose that I wanted to get that set, was just to play Spy Hunter. That was by far one of my favorite arcade games as a kid. We have the Sonic the Hedgehog pack, which is a lot of fun because I'm a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan. I haven't played some of the newer ones. I don't have all those systems, but there's a new Sonic the Hedgehog game coming out this year, which I'm excited to get a hold of and play. More along the lines of a classic Sonic the Hedgehog game. It's a lot of fun putting all those different characters in and out of play. I got Matt the Mission Impossible one because he dressed up as Ethan Hunt. Even though he hasn't really seen the movies, he did see some of the first one. He was looking for an easy Halloween costume. So I'm like, well, hey, be this. And I made a little name tag for him and got him all geared up and all. And that worked. So when we got the set, I'm like, here, Matt, you might like this. And he got all excited. So that's his character to play for the most part in LEGO Dimensions. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to explore around there.
Oh, yeah.
I've played some of the other LEGO games as the kids have had them, but nothing like this.
Oh, yeah. I haven't. I've only played LEGO Dimensions, and I think I mentioned on the episode we did way back when it first came out that I wasn't going to get into video games again, and I did a little as a kid, but I didn't want to get into that again. But when I saw the Doctor Who pack at, I guess, Comic-Con 2015, and what it could do, it's like, yeah, I'm going to get this. So I've gotten not all of the figures from the first wave, but everything I need to go and visit all the worlds.
That's what I was doing, too. I started picking up at least one figure to get in all the worlds.
All the worlds. Have you been in the Doctor Who world?
Yes, we beat the first checkpoint level, I think, or something.
Well, the free form, the free roaming world.
I don't know if I have been then.
Wait, we can just roam around and do other things?
That was just part of the story. That might have been just part of the story.
Okay, because there's a whole separate world you can go into, and you see a lot of other characters from other parts of the canon, shall we say. You can play all the other Doctors and regenerate.
No, I have not done that yet.
Okay, definitely try that.
I know you mentioned that before. Yep. I did not get into that one yet.
Oh yeah, and I have all the new levels. I haven't played it. I haven't played the Ghostbusters yet. I have that.
Do you have the level pack, or you have the whole kit of the new Ghostbusters movie?
I have both the old and the new.
Right.
I haven't played the new stuff yet.
Okay.
And they just recently announced some of the upcoming waves, like there's a Knight Rider coming out.
I know. I did pick up an A-Team,
Mr. T,
Gremlins. with Gizmo and Stripe. And gosh, there was another older one that I was excited about.
Excuse me. Well, they're coming with Goonies is coming out.
I saw that, and I saw pictures of Sloth, I think is one of the figures. I did not know, though, that Teen Titans Go was going to be
Teen Titans Go is coming out.
Until we started exploring a little bit, and we're like, whoa,
yeah.
Teen Titans.
I think it's going to be Raven and Beast Boy, I believe, are the characters.
That's kind of an odd choice for those characters.
I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
But then again, with Batman...
Well, I know Raven's coming out, yeah.
Batman stuff out there already. You're going to have...
Yeah, the Lego Batman movie's having its own story pack.
I did pre-order that already. I
know.
couldn't resist. It was at a good price. So I ordered that. That'll be fun. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun, and it's something that I intended to get just to be able to connect with the boys a little bit, because I never get to play video games much. I'm just too busy. I let them play. Yeah, I might play something every now and then, but this is something that there's enough characters and 2-player at all times, if you want it to be that way, that
Sure.
I sat down with Ben for like 3 hours one night as we set it up and started exploring. Then I sat down with Matt last week when Ben was away at a soccer game, and we played for 3 hours in a totally different area. So yeah, I've gotten to have a lot of fun with the kids.
Yeah, I mean, it has a story mode, which is it's a really cool story, and of course the adventure worlds, and there's all kinds of hidden rooms and objects to get. You need certain characters to get into those rooms.
And you can buy some characters to come in and help you for a little bit?
With in-game studs,
Okay.
yes, you can, for like 30 seconds at a time, though.
Oh.
Yeah, if you never just...
We haven't gotten to that. We've seen where we were offered that, but we haven't garnished the studs to do that at that moment. So we've skipped it for now.
I love the game.
Wow.
If I'm not careful, I've played it for hours. I've played it sometimes for like over an hour, trying to do one of the tasks in the adventure world where you can like get like gold bricks. Like you have to fly through the air. Because I'm not very coordinated sometimes. Well, not period at all. So, but yeah, it's a very cool game, and it's got longevity. It's going to go on for at least another year. They could always add more properties. Now, it's going to be interesting with Disney stopping their toy select game of Infinity,
which blew me away.
There is a speculation. Well, will we see Marvel? Will we see DC? Will we see Star Wars in Lego Dimensions? Because they were off limits when Infinity was out from Disney.
Yep.
And that's the big question, and only time will tell, because they have the DC heroes, because it's Warner Brothers product.
Sure.
But oh man, can you imagine Star Wars and the Marvel universe in Lego Dimensions?
Well,
man.
and some of the fun of that, I haven't gotten any of the Harry Potter characters yet. I know that's part of it too.
Yes.
Part of the appeal, again, it was so cheap. It was $30 to buy the whole starter set. The appeal on some of it was just that it was really offbeat. One like the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz. A couple of the Simpsons characters, which was Homer, Bart, and Krusty.
Yep.
But then you have like a Goonies guy coming out. You had Mission Impossible. You have what's another really? You have the Knight Rider one that you said. You have the A-Team one. Like just crazy 80s properties that I love. I couldn't pass it up once we got the set, the whole starter set. It's a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun doing it.
Well, if you have any questions, I mean, there's all kinds of YouTube videos for help.
Oh, yes, I've used them quite a bit. Because
yes, so have I.
As much as I think I'm pretty darn clever and I've played plenty of video games, there is some stuff in here I cannot figure out. Yeah. There's some stuff that even Ben and Matt can't figure out. And we go on YouTube, quick do a search, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, all right, there's no way I would have known to connect this and this to get that the way that they did it to get it to happen.
Yeah.
But the Midway one, I was playing Spy Hunter, Joust. Oh, gosh, what was the third one?
Paperboy, maybe?
We didn't get to Paperboy yet.
Okay.
But there was a whole bunch of...
I think he's in there.
If he's in there, we didn't get to him yet, but it was a lot of fun. I spent a good 40 minutes just playing Spy Hunter over and over and over again. And at first, Matt's like, well, this really looks dumb. And I'm like, well, here, you try it. And then he's like, man, this is awesome. He's like, this is what you had? I'm like, well, no, this wasn't at home. This you had to go to an arcade in a big machine and put 50 cents in. Yeah. But that was my always go-to game at an arcade when I could find one. And I like the one where you sat down in the thing and the whole cover. Oh, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, it's a great game. I always thought $90 for the starter set was a bit steep myself. Plus then, like, The level packs are what, $30. The team packs are $20 or $24. The single ones are $12. That's a lot.
Yeah.
But if I could get the starter one for cheap, and every now and then I'll find something on sale and pick it up. And we do buy some at full price. Like I didn't want to pass up the Ghostbusters for Ben because I know he loves the old Ghostbusters movie. And I didn't want to pass up Midway because I was really into getting into Spy Hunter, as I've mentioned like 4 times already. So those things I was willing to pay full price for. But enough of them go on sale that I keep picking and choosing when I can grab 1 or 2 here and there.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
It is.
It's a great property.
It's very addicting, yeah.
Yes.
I hope it continues on for as long as they can.
At least for a couple more years, because I'd hate to see it go away just because the Disney Infinity stuff went away. I think there were different problems with Infinity from what we thought we would be able to do with those characters than what we could do with those characters. Whereas I think LEGO Dimensions does all the crossing over into the different worlds, all the using of different figures that have similar powers to accomplish things. It just seems to have a wider range of versatility.
Now, they are retiring some of the first wave sets.
Okay.
I think Jurassic Park is being retired.
That's
I'm sorry,
one I
Jurassic
have to
World.
find yet.
Scooby-Doo, I think.
Oh, Scooby-Doo I don't have yet either.
Oh, yeah, so you better track those down. I mean,
right.
I've got them, of course, but if you want to get them yourself, you might want to track them down. I mean, they're
Okay.
not, out of stores, but they're being retired, and you know all about that.
Oh, yes, I do. Well-versed in the LEGO retirements.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Once again, one more big thank you to Playmates
Very
Toys
much.
for sending
Thank
out the Voltron stuff. And we may do some of these episodes in the future with the video and the toys.
Yeah.
So, it's just, I just knocked the camera over or something. I did. Move the camera back. Oh, my God. No. There we go. All right. So, thank you very much again.